Well, hello there. It has been a heck of a day. Um, it's 9:30 and I'm just getting to it, but I'm determined to work on this every day. Um, since it's late, I have my glasses on to shield myself from bright light so that I might sleep after this. I look like some sort of fly, which I like that. That was why I bought the glasses. That's what I was going for. The fly man look in the literal sense, not that I'm fly as an adjective. So let's see. Um, I was in the GitHub actually trying to look at the commit to see what it was that I said I needed to do today. Um, I'm trying to keep myself reminded of these problems. Need to add a command for moving entire columns, which I'm sure they won't allow me to forget. Need to refactor validate to handle empty columns. That's the one that's the most annoying right now. If I move the last thing out of a column, um, I'm more or less screwed, I think, because the array of available uh, cards gets screwed up because there's a null in there. As soon as something has to search through it and hits that null, then it's going to bugger up the whole thing. So I'm screwed in that case. I got to fix that. That'll be the first thing that I fix. And I need to implement moving a king to that empty spot. But right now, just to continue making progress, the process that I've been following that's been working well for me is to just keep roughing out features. Just keep roughing it out. And then that way you got all the main features at least preliminarily implemented. And so from there, you're not really building anything from scratch. It has its disadvantages in the sense that you're always refactoring when you're trying to fix something. But considering that I don't know what I'm doing anyway, I need to just make progress when I can, because it takes me a long time to think through different problems. So this is all about perseverance and just commitment um, to getting it did. All right, so let's see. Um, Stockpile. All right. So if I play a little bit here, what I'm running into is that when there's nothing like here, when there's nothing to play, I can't play anything. There's only one red card, so I'm really stuck. Unless there's an 8 in here, I can't play anything. I need to be able to come up and I need to be able to type a command and say stock, or just say pile, or goldfish, or whatever. I need to be able to say stockpile. I'm going to look at the Hoyle's term for that. As always, I got the Hoyle's book. Hoyle's calls it when play is blocked, as it now is in the example, the top card of the remaining pack or stock is turned up and built or added to a sequence if possible. Otherwise, it is laid aside face up to form a discard pile. The next card of the pack is then turned up and so on. Always the top card of the discard or waste pile is available for play and may uncover a previous discard that may also become available. Alright. In the original game, a player can deal out the pack only once, so to build as many as 10 cards is better than average. A popular procedure is to turn the discard pile face down and again turn up cards one by one, repeating this a third time if necessary before abandoning the game. Another way is to begin by turning up 3 cards in a group and continuing thus through the pack time after time. Each play from the discard pile will bring other cards into view. When dealing by threes, the pack gets down to 6 cards or less. They can be gone through singly indefinitely. I'm going to just do this with a 1x1 method, and they did call it the stock. So I'm going to call it, that's the command that I'm going to use. I'm going to say stock. And what that should do is it should just reveal a card here. Seems like I might, well, no, what I'm going to do, because this was for the waste cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the stock command, this is just reasoning it out loud. It seems like to me from that, the stock command will just flip up a card here on the stockpile. Expose it, make it available. If it's not playable, each subsequent stock command will move it to the top of the waste pile. I'm going to do it like that. Once I got it implemented and everything, then maybe, if I want to make another version of the game, once I start refining it, if I want to make another version, then I could do the by threes thing. That's what I'm thinking right now. All right, so just a quick play, build, diamonds, ace. What else can I do? Move 4 diamonds to 5 clubs. There's no more moves, and so this would be the point for to just say, I want to be able to say stock. Boom. You say stock, and then that deals with the that flips up a card, makes a card available in the stockpile. That is the goal. Now, just from saying that, what it makes me start to think of is I'm gonna have to do some work in display, because in display I'm gonna need to add some stuff to the refresh method here. This first section displays the tableau that if F was mod is useless. I don't even need it, I don't think. This section handles the, I could note that. This section handles refreshes foundations, and this section refreshes tableau. So I'm gonna have to create another section down here that refreshes stock pile. So that's where I'll be today, is showing up that stockpile. Now I'm starting to see a fairly straightforward thing in my mind, because we already have the stockpile basically built. I created this pile top, which is basically just this. We only need 1 card in there at a time. So that makes that simpler. But we already have basically, at least in solitaire data, not in display, but in solitaire data, we already have the stockpile more or less in the form of cards. Because if I'm not mistaken, I set up cards, I think, such that the cards that are in the tableau were removed from it as they were dealt. I can't remember if that's what I did. It's an array with 52. Yeah, there's only 24 cards left in it because we just dealt out the rest of them. We just dealt out 28 cards, so there's 24 left. And so right there, it would be as simple as, oh, which I've already done it. Yeah, that's right. I remember I did that like back toward the beginning, when we split it up into separate files. After that, an initializer, deal cards returns, it blanks out the original cards array that had all the cards in it, and it returns pile, which is the remaining cards, and that's how this gets like this. Okay, sweet. So that makes it somewhat easier now to at least represent, to set up the data structures for it, because I mean, all I really now have to do is to because I mean, stockpile doesn't do anything in data really. So all I really have to do, I mean, not all, because I'm gonna have to add some functionality to be able to handle the command. But I'm not gonna have to do as much because, and this is me just thinking through it, because this command will be the same as the move command. I can have stock. The only thing that's different that it'll have to do is it'll have to flip over the card. It'll basically have to change it to face up. And then it becomes available, at which point it'll just do the same. It can basically call the move command and go from there. The only other thing it's going to have to do is, if the card in the check, if the card wasn't valid, like if I couldn't use it, which would be indicated by the fact that that it's still there, and I call stock again. So I'm trying to build it in my mind. So I would have to keep track of what happened basically from the call to move. I could put move in a condition, and if it doesn't return true, meaning that it was successful, I will then need to build something that will place that card in another array that will basically be the the discard pile, and only its top card will be available at any given point. Okay, that sounded simple enough. Now I have to see how simple that, well, not simple, but how, because it's always going to be hard for me. Now I have to try to implement that. But let us see. So stockpile right here. Let's do the easy part, or what should be the easy part, and that's the display. All I should have to do, I have to now decide, first I need to build a stockpile. This is pile top, so this is basically the stockpile, because all I'm showing is this one card. It doesn't even need a loop. It doesn't even need a loop because it's just one card. Okay, so it will I mean, stockpile, which is the cards, get set right here, and stockpile available, which will be a card. That will be the card that gets written into that. Okay. Okay. Where am I going to put this? I can get rid of this code now because I did that. I broke that out into a function and it worked. So where will this go? Move card. If I wanted to put it in move card, How would I keep track of? I might just make a I might just make another method and just have it use move card. Because in command processor, when I add this case for the keyword stock, it's not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to reuse, I'm not going to be able to reuse this case anyway. Because it's not a function, I can't just call it. Or could I just have stock? No, stock needs to do its own thing. Yeah, because I'm doing my checks here. I validate the card here. What I could do, I would end up, the simplest way is to just do this. I was trying to do what I needed to do here, but the thing is, I need to, in display, all I'm going to be doing is setting pile top to data to game dot what stockpile available. That's going to be a card descriptor object, basically. I'll just be setting it to that. So I mean, I could do that. I'll just come here and say what is it, pile top you say if game dot stockpile available is not null, then pile top and pile top is that object. Is that correct? It is. Pile top is a div, if I'm not mistaken. Pile top. Yes, pile top is a div. So I can just go straight into it. There's no reason to, I don't have to look for a child nodes, anything like that. Pile top dot inner text equals game dot stockpile available dot symbol is that correct, or is it suit? Yeah. Dot symbol a space and stockpile available dot value. If that card is not null, then it's that. Is not null. Now, one thing I could do, because it's not always going to be face up. I could handle I could handle that condition where there's a card there and it's not. I mean, there's always going to be a card basically there. How do I deal with that? Not sure how I want to deal with that. Let me get a quick bathroom break real quick. Okay. This light is very bright now. It's dark in there. Alright, where am I? What was I doing? I'm going to try to, I'm in display. Alright, I did this. I have to think, do I want to, from the jump, represent, I'm tracking available, so available will be null. Starting off. I was thinking if I wanted to keep a, asterisk there, just to represent that there's a card there, and then track. I could do that because I could track stockpile and just track the last item in stockpile. I could do that. Just track the last item in stockpile, and when it comes face up, and then just have the stock command flip the last item in stockpile face up, and push it into the available array. Could do that. That would leave me one less thing to have to deal with stockpile. If game dot stockpile at the index of what, 23. If game dot stockpile at the index of 23, dot is face up, then do that. Otherwise, do this, just make it an asterisk. Just make it an asterisk. Oh no, wait. That's pile top. Waste pile is where I'm going. Because that's going to be the discard pile. That's right. That's going to be the discard pile. Hold on. What is cards.html? What is that one? Pile. And I didn't put anything. I don't have a handle to pile. Let's come up here and put a var pile is a yeah, give me pile. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Make that font a little bigger and make it the same width as the other things. This was not supposed to get as graphical as it kind of ended up being. It's still data in that it's not, drag and drop and what have you, but how did I do this? Did I? I'm gonna step this down to 50 pixels. 30 is fine. What, 40? What is this is just 5%. Just match that. And then set the font to normal. Okay, so that's that. I'll deal with it, shifting and whatnot. I don't really care about that right now. All right, so that was straightforward enough. It's just tracking the last card in stockpile. So now what I'm going to do is come into command processor and add a condition for it in case the command is stock, right? Okay, if the command is stock, okay, what do I want to do? So this is where I've been doing all my validation and everything. So I was going to copy basically what's done in move. Right? I was going to copy what's done in move. So context thing is annoying because it's not really relevant. I'm just going to copy what's in move. Right. And it's just going to use that. So when I call stop, it's just basically going to do what's in move. But the thing that will change oh no. This is wrong. No. Okay. That's what my thought. That's why I was thinking about just using the same code as stock, because all stock does is flip the card. I'm getting ahead of myself. All stock does is flip the card so that I make a card available so that I can then call move. And so that's where that thought, okay, so all stock does is flip the card. It doesn't have to validate anything. All it has to validate is that there are cards in all it has to do is validate that there are cards in the stockpile, which there always should be until you start getting to the end of the game. And I could check that simply by checking if the first index of stockpile, since we're moving from the end, if the first index of stockpile is not null. So I can say if what do I have? I don't have access to data. I don't have access to data here. All I need to do, there's no validation that needs doing right here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to say output equals, and I'm going to do my little array situation. Output is going to be the word stock and two nulls. Well, no, it could just be the word stock. Yeah, because I deal with the output uniquely. All right, so it's just going to be stock. Okay, that returns output, and then we go to game master. And then now I need to add a condition in here. When stock comes in, this dot do move, build, and then this, it will be case stock. Okay, now this is where I do any checking or whatever, because I actually have access to the data object. I actually got that, so I can say if. I also need to check for a null in the display. Well, my else just draws an asterisk there. I need to give some indication if it's empty though. Okay, so I'm going to check here. I'm going to say if data dot stock pile at index 0 is not null, then me with all my exhaustive searching. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something to stockpile. I need to take stockpile. All right, where did this get printed out from? Solitaire data JS15. Solitaire data JS line 15. Okay, I'm logging cards. Let me get rid of this because it's distracting me. I want to log stockpile. What am I doing? I want to log stockpile. I want to see what's in there. I want to log this dot stockpile. Okay, so it's actually 24 long. Okay, that was what I wanted to know. It's not 52, so it's only 24 long. So that allows me to operate on it the way I was thinking about right now, which is, where am I? If data.stockpile 0 is not null, so if the first card in there is not null, which that kind of means the last card because we're going from the end of it, and it would be the first card would be the last one to get handed out. If it's not null, I'm gonna do I'm thinking of using pop, which would remove the last thing from the end of this array, and then taking it and putting it into the waste pile. Pop it from there and push it onto the waste pile. And then from there, copy it. From there, push it into the available array. All right, how do I then deal with? Well, I could push it into the available array simply by doing what? What's the criteria for a card to be available? That's in data model. Is it not? No. Oh, that's in Game Master. How do I find a get available? What's the condition for it to be available? If the next card after is null, That's because this is built from, this is built for Tableau. I can add a condition here. I could let it search over stockpile and say if it's face up. I could search over stockpile and say if it's face up. Then add it to that array. But I don't need to search over a stockpile. I can just check. No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to search over it. I can just say, because we're always operating on the last one, I can say if stockpile, if what? Data dot stockpile at the index of, all right, I gotta be careful because it'll get shorter. Stockpile, data dot stockpile dot length minus 1, the last index, dot is face up. Then avail dot push this. I gotta see what the consequences of that might be. So if the last thing in stockpile is face up, then push it into avail. So that what that does is that allows me to say when stock is called, okay, when stock is called, just flip the last thing in stockpile face up. When stock is called, right? When stock is called, data dot stockpile at the index of data dot stockpile dot length minus 1, right? Dot is face up becomes true. Now, if it is null, meaning there's nothing there, then you want to return false. And it'll be an invalid move. After I do this, I want to do display dot refresh, and then I want to do return true. Okay, so all that'll do is make it true. That's all it's gonna do is make it true. That's it. It's just gonna, all that's gonna do is make it available. That's all that the stock command will do. Now imagine, okay, this is the second case. Imagine that I call stock and I can't use it. I'm gonna call stock again. So I need to check if that thing is already, if the last card in there is already face up, I need to then bump it over to the waste pile. All right, we need to run through it one time to see if that worked before I combine further possible erroneous logic on top of that and have to debug both of them at the same time. So I'm just gonna type stock. Oh god, why do I get like panicky? Alright, something went wrong. Something went wrong. I got something screwed up. Alright, it's like it's running forever. What would have caused that? What am I in? I'm not in my loop. I didn't modify the loop. Data dot stockpile. Index of data dot stockpile dot length -1. If it's face up, then push onto available. That item. That should not have caused any problem. Command processor then. If it's stock, output stock. Wait a minute. Okay, what comes in here? Tokenize, split. That gets returned to tokens. Parse input. Output. Operate 1, 2. Current token is input at the index of 0. Okay. It comes in. If it's stock, then output is stock. That comes back up. That goes in controller.do. Game master. All right. Do gets input. If it's move, it is frozen, so it's stuck somewhere. If it's move, then it does these things. Otherwise, if it's build, it does these things. It's neither, so it doesn't do that. Switch on input 0. Case move, case build, case stop. If data.stockpile at the index of 0 is not null, data.stockpile, the index of data.stockpile.length -1, this face up is true. Display.refresh. Let's go to refresh. That does its thing. If stockpile, I need to change this. At the last index is face up, then it should change the text in there. I definitely need to change this. If game stockpile at the index of game dot stockpile dot length -1 is face up. I need to put a console.log refreshing crash the browser. Alright, back in Game Master, I need to do something to say that I am here. Um, so log in stock, and then this is going to be in stock condition. Okay, let's just start it back up. Let's get one more in. I haven't done anything in solitaire data yet, right? I haven't done anything in there. The next one was game master. Yeah, those are the only places. Command processor. Output stock. Oh, wait a minute. Output stock. Oh, that's what did it. This is it. I didn't set done to true, which never ends that while. That's what did it. It's been so long since I implemented that I forgot about the condition that actually gets me out of there. That's in a while. I forgot that. Okay, that was what locked up the browser, because the while was just running forever. I had forgotten about that while. All right, let's see. Let's get back in. All right, I'm just going to. I don't necessarily have to do the right thing and actually get to but I'm just gonna say move spades 8 spades to I can pick 9 hearts. The 6, I don't have anything else I can do. 8. Well, interestingly, I could just keep moving that 8 back and forth. That's weird. I could just keep moving that 8 back and forth. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay. I'm gonna say stop. Okay. It's always the same crap. Line 56 will validate. It was that yesterday. That drove me nuts. And I don't even remember what the thing was. What was it? What was it? What was it? Card 1 suits. What was it? I can't remember what did this yesterday. It was always the same freaking thing. Cannot read property suit of undefined. What is it trying to read? It's suit here. So that means there's an undefined item. Oh wait, let's see. That means there's something undefined. Oh wait, that's right. Card 1, card 2. Validate didn't receive anything. Okay, so this is a different case. Wait, why is validate? Oh, validate gets called. Yes, that's right. I gotta add a condition. That's right, because I did this situation. All right, I did this situation in here. Huh. Why is this getting called? Huh. Why is validate getting called? I typed stock. I typed stock. So validate shouldn't even come into the picture. Else, if input 0 equals build and it doesn't, console.log this test and test2. Where am I getting in either of these? It wouldn't make any sense if I was. So that'll be something I'll have to understand. I'm just gonna do stop. I'm getting in test2. If input 0, oh shoot. Dang it. How is this even working? Did I not fix that? I'm assigning build. Did I not fix that? Whoa, that's that. Okay. Wow. Stock. Okay. Got it. But I got two undefines in it's saying, well, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's saying that undefined, that this value in soup of whatever's in there at the top of that is undefined. Why? If it's stock, it says face up to true. Okay, wait. It says face up to true. Pile in data display. What is pile pointed at? Game stockpile is face up. Game stockpile. Symbol and value. If game dot stockpile at the last index is face up. Okay, I want to print out stockpile. Let's go. Where do I do this? In data, I'm going to print out. Oh, stockpile is okay. Symbol. The symbol of the last thing in there is that should have been a club. That should have been a club. Is face up is true. Let me check something. Where is oh no, symbol? Alright, where's card? The card class. The card class should be an initializer. Symbol is on the object, is a member. Okay. When stockpile gets returned, it returns pile. This deals with the tableau. That builds that pile, empties out cards, and it returns pile. And everything is as it should be in there. Okay, where is the problem coming in? In data display, pile.innerText equals game.stockpile. Oh shoot, game.stockpile. Okay. At the index, this basically. The last thing in there. I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying game.stockpile, which is nothing, which is an array. I mean, it doesn't have any of those things. So now I should be able to say stock. Okay, got it. Sweet. So it flips that up, makes it available. Wow, I got all red cards all the way across. That's crazy. Okay, so it flips that up. That works. Now, what do I do? When I do it a second time. What will happen if I do it a second time? If I do it a second time, nothing should happen. It's the same card. It's just going to redraw the same thing. Yeah. Just redoes the same thing. Yeah. Because it's still looking at that same card. So now I need to deal with that. That's progress. I can flip that card over. Makes it available. Oh, well, let's refresh and get a situation where maybe we can use it and see if it's actually available. That's a further test. It's an ace, okay? Build spades ace. Okay. Cannot read property outer of undefined. Right. Okay. That's because build foundation doesn't know anything about the available array. Okay, so I gotta make the foundations, gotta make the top of the stockpile playable from everywhere. It doesn't know anything about that. Can I play that? Well, I got an ace. Let's see if I can play it within the tableau, just as a test. Say stop. Got a 6 of hearts. Can't play that anywhere. Refresh. Stock. 3 of hearts. Yes, I can put that 3 of hearts on the 4 of clubs. So let's say move 3 hearts to 4 clubs. Invalid command because it's only looking in the tableau. So let's verify that because let me retype it. Move 3 hearts to 4 clubs. Yes. Sorry, my throat is really itchy. Allergies. Okay. If it's moved, it'll return. I'll go to Game Master. Game Master do in the move condition is looking where it's gonna check the rank, which should be fine, and then it's going to the data model. Move card, yes, specifically operates on Tableau. Okay. Okay. All right. What was that error that I got? Can I read property outer? Okay. This calls find cards. Find cards goes to the Tableau. Yeah. I need to have it also go through, I need to also have it go through the stockpile. So I basically need to do, if it doesn't find it, um, in the tableau, it looks in the stockpile. All right. Well, no, I don't need to have it look in the stockpile. It doesn't need to look through it. It only needs to look at the last card. So that's actually easy to implement. That's actually not bad. If hold on, this is a loop. I need to get outside the loop. And say if they were found, this will break this. This is still at the inner loop. So this is on the outer loop. If we just went through that column and they were found, then break. Otherwise, I need to check. Okay. It's comparing card 1 and card 2 each time. It's the same card, so I only need to do it once. That's how I would get out of here. It's just returning 1 and 2. And if it did find it, what does it do? It says card location. All right, to those things. So what I can do is I can just do 2 checks. I can say if card 1 dot, if card 1 dot dot value. No, let me do the first thing. If this dot stockpile, because I'm in solitaire data, if this dot stockpile at the last index, right, at wait I don't want to do, okay, if this dot stockpile at the index of this dot stockpile dot length minus 1 dot is face up, if this is true, meaning it's available, the better way to do this would be to just use my available array. I would have to modify this whole thing to just look at available. Well, no, that's not true. Because the purpose of this, that's not true. The purpose of this is to find where that card is. The purpose of this is to find where that card is. Okay, it's not in the tableau. But I'm using this function. This is where decisions start to tangle in with each other. I'm using this function, find cards, so I have to put this logic in there. How do I even take note of the fact that it was found in the stockpile. Wow. I'm gonna have to put another item in this array to take note of whether it was in the stockpile or not. I'm gonna have to. Because if it was in the stockpile, when it does its thing, like when it gets rid of it, when it, moves it, it's gonna have to pop it out of there. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. All right. So if this stockpile, all right, if the top thing on stockpile is face up, then if this dot stop, let me just copy and paste this. If this basically dot value equals card one dot value and this dot suit equals card one dot suit. Then go ahead and do this. Go ahead and set could I, let's see, how does it do the move? This build foundation, oh god. I'm gonna have to weave this in. Oh boy. Yeah, the easiest way, because it's just using card location. And it's operating on Tableau. So, well, wait, no. Okay. So what I'm doing, okay. Wait. What I'm doing is I'm relying on, well, move card. What's the real problem is what I gotta find out. All right, what I need to figure out is what's the real problem here. Var cards found equals this dot find cards. Okay, so it's trying to do its move thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig this out. Okay. It's hardwired to the Tableau. Stockpile is a unique case because it can go anywhere. I can't use, as it currently stands, I can't use this to because it's hardwired to Tableau. I would have to add another condition in here to say, now if it came from the stockpile, on the other hand, then I need to nullify, which that actually wouldn't be, let's see, this Tableau, it's hardwired. I would have to build another move card function to say move card, like basically from from the stockpile, which would be easier than modifying this the way that I'm doing it. So let's go back. What does Game Master do? Game Master, if it's stock, it just flips it up. Then I call move. Okay. I need to I need to give some indication when I call move It's gonna say move card 1, card 2. The card color is different, and if the rank is proper, I need to add a condition here that says if yeah, how am I going to indicate that stockpile was flipped? This gets more complicated in terms of it's not even a complicated necessarily a complicated programming thing. My data structure, the structure of not my data structures, but the structure of my data is screwy because I didn't consider this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to I should just be able to, if my data were structured right, I should just be able to everything. It shouldn't matter where it comes from. It should just be able to operate on the data model, like, and make the change. Shouldn't matter which stack it's kind of coming from. But I hardwired Tableau into move card, like basically as though everything was happening in the Tableau, which it was at that time. But once I put build foundation in, build foundation is hardwired. So what I'm wanting to do, which would be the best thing, what I'm wanting to do is make basically the stockpile be able, when I call move, just make the stockpile available and then be able to just pull from there and go to either the foundation or the Tableau. However, because I'm hardwired into the Tableau and I'm hardwired into the foundations, I'm going to have to create another function. Almost end up creating another command. Well, okay, I could do that. I could just say stock to, because it doesn't matter what the stock is. Because it doesn't matter if I'm playing from the stock, then it's just one card. Right? Okay. I can do that. And just say stock to ace of spades. Stock to, yeah, I can do that. And then that allows me to just break out a whole other function, which is not ideal, but it saves it saves progress. I can actually keep going without having to go get bogged down in trying to refactor something. So back in solitaire data, I can get rid of this. I don't have to do this because I'm gonna cut it because I may use it. Like maybe it's good. I don't know. Maybe it could be useful. I'm gonna cut that out. I don't need that. What I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna make another this dot move card, this dot build foundation. I'm just gonna say this dot dot from stock. And that's going to be a function. And it'll accept, let's see, what is it going to need? It's going to need to know It knows that it's playing off the stop. Definitely playing off the stop. So it's going to need some indicator as to where it's going. Is it going to the foundation, or is it going to the tableau? So it'll be kind of a hybrid of build foundation, and man, it would be great to be able to reuse that. That's a tremendous loss because this is a lot of duplication of effort. I need to be operating out of. I needed to be keeping track of the location of the cards. I need to make that as a member, make that as a property of the card class, is location. That way I can just use the card class like all the way across. And even just pass references to a card. So, okay, so if I'm coming from the start, going to let's attack the most difficult one. Going to the tableau. What am I going to need? I'm going to need card 1 and card 2, of course. Am I going to need to find the card first? I'm going to need to find the second card. I'm going to need to find the destination because it's in the tableau or it's in the foundation. If it's okay. If it's in the foundation, it's easier because I'm just selecting the right array, and that can be selected based off the suit because they're each mapped to a specific array. If it's in the tableau, I gotta search, so I'm gonna need that code that I had up there. I'm gonna need that because I need to. Well, no. I don't need to know about the stop. I'm gonna need find. Yeah, I'm gonna need find card. However, I can use it the way I can use it the way I was using it for. Let's see. I can use it in the way that I was using it for build foundation, and let one of the cards be null. I can let card 2 be null because I only need to find one card. From my perspective, it'll be the second card, it'll be the destination from stock, but I can do that and just let it find that one card in the tableau because I already know the one in the stock. Okay. And then I do my manipulation, which would be to just delete it from the stock and then place it in the tableau. So that's straightforward. I need, when I call this, I need card 1. All I need is the card. I'm going to call it card 1. All I need is the card. Right? Or do I need stock to that? I would need to use a different command. I would need to put data in this when it comes in. I'll need to have an array because I need to put a second item in, some more information there, because if I say stock to, I want to be able to say, let's say stock to hearts. That means the foundation. I have to, yeah, that means the foundation. I want to be able to say stock to a specific card, and that means the tableau. So I'm gonna need, I'm gonna say input here because this is gonna need to be an array. Save that, and where is this gonna come from? It's gonna come from Game Master. Okay. The command was stock, so I guess I get to use that context situation, because if stock is the first word, okay, let's do this. I can wrap this in what I thought was, irrelevant, and that was that if context is blank. Where's my context variable? Did I delete it? I got rid of it, didn't I? Where's this move? Wait, no, that's in command processor. Okay, that's not here. Command processor, when it comes in stock, where's context? Yeah, I can use context. All right. Will this close up? Yes, this will close up every time. So context will be, so it's only on this run of a while. So if it comes in case stock, I can say if context is blank, then it's going to do that. It's going to output stock. Else, okay, if context is blank, then output stock. If context is blank, then I want it to do this. Okay, what am I thinking right now? How will I know? Okay. Context is stock. Do this. I would have to do what? What would I do? What would I do? If context is blank, do that. Oh, let's do this. If context is blank, okay, I can do this. If context is blank, I want it to check if input at the index of at the next index, right? If the next token is okay, I'm gonna do this. If input dot length is greater than 1, okay, then context should become stock. We're moving from the stock. Something. So if that's the case, I want to break. That's going to break the switch and cause the while to go back around without setting this. All right. else if context is stock, then what I want to do is, that means that there was some more to the command. Now I have to structure this command. So it would be stock 2. I'm gonna come back and deal with this tomorrow. Was a very satisfying progress, but hey, I can flip over a card in the stock, which is cool. I can deal with that now. Now I need to implement actually moving that somewhere. And that starts to deal with all the other code and all the decisions that I make. This has been really hacky. And so, I'm dealing with just problems that I have created myself, but it's not terrible. It's just very, very verbose. Because I'm a noob and because I'm just kind of sketching it out without actually planning it out, like say on paper or whatever. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to come back tomorrow, which I'm kind of at home tomorrow. So I'll have some time to actually work on it in the morning, hopefully. So I'll be back. I'm going to push this up to the GitHub. Stock command implemented can flip top card of stock pile. Need to implement moving from stock pile to both foundation and Tableau because of prior decisions will build separate function in data model to handle manips dealing with stockpile will be easier to handle manips dealing with stockpile. Also must finish structuring command processor option for dealing with extended stock command that moves plays card from stock. All right. So I'm gonna push that up, and then I will return, God willing, tomorrow and try to actually finish that out. I need some rest until then.